Hey, my beautiful beauties, my wonderful lovelies, a pleasant afternoon to you. Remember, this G is a guest brand, nothing more. All right, beautiful people. Listen to me now, people. We have to be very careful. I find that if people they're not in awe of others, let us say they don't like somebody, they don't like the person, or they don't like the ways. It is very easy for them to just believe something negative, and just conjure up things about them that may not necessarily be true. For example, I hear this gentleman posting about the prime minister's sexuality, and you remember that you have people who are advocates for certain groups. It doesn't mean that they live that lifestyle. All right, so we have to be careful that we don't run with a narrative because something seemed that way, and I should say additionally, because you may not like the leadership style of the individual, or you may not like the individual, you may not like the ways or the actions of the person. We have to be very careful, because unless it happens to you where somebody runs with a false narrative, something that is not true about you, you will begin to then it is when you'll begin to understand what it is that you would have done. That is why I'm somebody who, I detest gossip. I detest rumor. You see what rumor rhymes with? Tumor. It's the very same thing. I detest these things because it can create an avalanche and become very destructive in somebody's life. And in the end, you realize it is not true. Let us use our very own, the very late, great, and venerable, I call him the professor, the honorable Nelson Mandela, accused falsely, was imprisoned, but he was an advocate for the black community, for the human race even. 20 odd years in prison. You understand, beautiful people? And it took guts for him to, I'm sure he had to overcome anger. He had to overcome hatred. He had to overcome murder in his heart. Don't bother feel that he was just mosey on along. He had to, with God's help, overcome all of these negative feelings, behaviors, and practices. And many of you, you laud him and you praise him. And when I say praise, in the way how the Bible talks about, you can, praise human beings. All right? So my beautiful people, and yet people ran with a lot of negatives about him initially. I'm saying to you that even though you may not like somebody or like their leadership style, don't run with a false narrative and accuse them of things that they are not. It is not good, and it is until it happens to you, then you'll begin to understand what it is that you have done. Guys, follow me on TikTok, subscribe to my YouTube channel, and share this message.